Because do I expect Little Uzi to go Kendrick or go Killer Mike and fucking go political on his shit? No, I don't. But do I maybe share a protest that's going on? Maybe, but like, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're for the for what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they're afraid to admit that they're for what's going on. I mean, I'm not going to put that on them, but it raises the questions.
I personally think that if you're a celebrity and things are going on in the world, you should have a voice because people listen to celebrities. Like they're gonna listen if people listen to your opinion about what's cool and what's not cool in the world today, then more I feel like, 8 times out of 10, they're gonna listen to when you say, oh, okay, well, this situation is wrong and that situation is right. So I think that the most common ground you can do, like if put it this way, if I was DJ Khaled, I would probably
DJ Khaled is the most
but
prominent
that
one
but
because of his
so
family.
and that's why I chose
That's the
him.
one that makes the
That's why I
most like
chose him for
wow.
the example. If I'm DJ Khaled and I'm supposed to be on either side or the other, then I would go ahead and say, hey, like I'm from this place and like from what I've learned being on this earth and for the amount of years that I've been on this earth is that whatever situation is that's going on, it's kind of been against my people or for my people. But before anyone, comes with an opinion or has or takes a stance in any direction, what we should all do is look for reliable sources of information. These are the sources of
Mm-hmm.
information that I feel are important to me, and this is why I'm living my life the way I'm living my life. So here's my piece. If you have another piece to that story that I'm missing, or even the opposing argument, like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Your piece is your piece, mine is mine. You know what I mean? So I think that that's a
Yeah.
better way to for celebrities to do things instead of just taking a super hard and direct stance. I mean, look at these people. Look at all the people that like posted for like what was the
For
Ukraine
Palestine.
Ukraine and stuff like that when Ukraine was going through their
Oh
stuff
yeah,
with
yeah.
Russia. Like, I mean, obviously you can kind of see what side is like kind of doing the overkill versus the ones that are like not. You know what I mean? But there's
Mm-hmm.
always two sides to every story, and in some stories there's definitely a clear okay, this is wrong and that's right, and in other stories there's a lot more history behind it, history from before
Mm-hmm.
me and you and any of our parents and their grandparents before them was walking the earth. You know what I mean? And where there's history, there's a lot of tension. And until we can stop like letting history define what needs to go on today, we'll never be able to grow as a people. You know,
So what do you know about the situation that's going
I don't
on
know
out there?
anything.
Because what
I have no. I have.
all I know is that they're fighting over it. What I've been told, again, this is might sound uninformed. Uninformed. I'm saying it out loud. I'm admitting it. From what I've been told, though, is that they're fighting over land.
That's
They're
like
fi-
so that's like the only thing that I understand about it. I know that they're like fighting over
yeah.
land and like religious belief. That's it.
Hmm. That's
That's like
again. That's
the
all I
only
know.
things I know. So I
Um.
could I could definitely be like more informed about it and like really look into the history and the why it's going on and why it's happening today.
But what's stopping us?
What's stopping me is running into biased information. That's what's stopping me.
So you don't know what to
Yeah, I
believe,
have no idea what to believe.
essentially.
Like obviously
Okay.
like persecuting someone or
Me too.
persecuting a people over their religious beliefs should be universally wrong,
Hmm.
but
It should be.
it should be universally wrong, but then there's also like history behind it. So it's like yes, doing that is universally wrong, and we shouldn't be doing that anymore, especially in this day and age. But when it's something that's going on in another country that I've never had to deal with personally, like it's just so like I just don't want to be misinformed. I don't want to have biased information. I just don't.
Me
So
too.
instead of opening my ears to it, I kind of just zone out.
And then that's where I feel guilty.
Yeah, and I feel guilty about it every
That's
day.
where I feel like part of the problem, because it's on us to sort through that information to find what's going on, and then go from
Yeah.
there. Do we support it? Do we not support it? Should we promote it? What do we promote?
Yeah, I feel like even speaking on it is giving it awareness. Speaking
Yeah.
on the fact that there is an issue going on in the world is sufficient enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So you think this is sufficient enough? What we're
Yeah,
doing on this
because I
podcast?
feel like everybody should be talking about it, and everybody should give their piece of like what they do know, what they don't understand, and asking the questions that other people are scared to ask. That's all in service of positive or constructive media.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you
That's
okay, I'm actually gonna do my homework later and actually try to figure
and I
this
trust
out.
you enough to inform me with unbiased information.
It's a lot of
It
pressure.
is a lot of pressure. I
That's a
don't even
lot of
like putting
pressure.
that. I wouldn't want to put that pressure on somebody else, let alone put that
Uh,
pressure on me.
it's tough. It's also like the selective activism, because that's also bothers me, because it's like, I mean, where are these people?
That's what I'm saying.
Where's J. Cole?
If you
He's
made a
known for
stand,
being an activist. Where is he?
if you made a stand for one thing,
Do you have to make a stand for
yeah.
everything? So where? So do you look at these people
But
differently? Do you
also
look at a J.
making a
Cole
stand,
differently? The fact that he wouldn't.
making a stand for everything could be, hey man, I'm not informed, so I'm rich enough to pay somebody to inform me unbiasedly. You know what I mean?
About this shit. Yeah.
So it's like say when you do know, say
Because
when
at
you have a
the end of the day,
stance,
it's about
but
sorting the
also
information.
stay when you're just like you just don't know. Inform me,
Yeah.
please. Let me know. Send me some stuff, some books or some textbooks or you know I'll pay you and fly you out to just like teach me about what's going on.
Paying somebody to fly and flying them out to teach you is
Hey man,
crazy.
Air Drake,
Air
Air Drake,
Drake. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Drake shot the ball out this month.
Drake has enough money to put all of his famous friends that don't know shit on one airplane and fly them to a fucking university that's teaching a class about this shit.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? It's it's very
That's true.
it's very easy to like map it out from the outside looking in, and I don't blame him. Maybe he just doesn't have time in his life or whatever to fucking be thinking about it. But like, hey man, when you're in the media and you're making millions of dollars off of other people supporting your music, your lyrics, and the artistry that you put out into this world, people are expecting you to have a opinion on anything and everything because
Do you look at
they
these?
pay
So
you
do you
their
look
hard
at
earned
these
money.
celebrities a
You know
little?
what I'm saying? These people pay you their hard earned money to go to your concerts and buy tickets and buy merch and buy this and buy that.
Do you look at these celebrities a little differently?
Um, nah, because
Like, where were you when shit
I've
hit the
always
fan?
viewed them that way, being
Like, you
selfish.
don't. Celebrities are selfish.
Yeah, they're selfish.
Okay, that's an interesting take.
I
Yeah,
view
I
all
mean,
celebrities that way.
you'll be a celebrity one day, right?
Yeah, and I will do my very best not to be selfish. And that doesn't mean like being frugal with money and just giving it to people and taking care of my family or somebody else's family or whatever. But like for situations like this, if I become famous or I become wealthy off of what I do with media and social media, then I also like that's what people forget. Like people get rich and get famous off of this shit, and they forget like the people that put them there. And the people that put them there is the people that listen, the people that take their time to pay attention to whatever the fuck it is that you're saying. So your job and your service is not to just keep creating more art, but your job and your service to these people that have allowed you to live a lavish lifestyle or a comfortable lifestyle is being a voice for them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's gonna be in a fun way or is it gonna be in a political way. Nobody's saying that Drake has to make an entire album about Palestine, but Drake should be able to make whatever artistry he's gonna make and say, okay, well, since you guys have been gracious enough to buy these tour tickets and buy this merch and buy anything that has my name on it, let me show you the works that I'm doing to be a better person. I'm using the riches that you guys given me to make myself a higher thinking kind of person.
Do you think protests work?
Say it again.
Do you think protests work?
I think they work to a degree. It shows that people are willing to take physical action for something that they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
Yeah.
with physical action also comes like daily works.
I sometimes wonder that. I'm like, are they really?
I'm not gonna lie, but this
Is that really? I honestly think
this conversation in this episode right here has got me sounding like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you fired.
Got me tapping in.
You fired. You tapping in, man. I like that. I like seeing it. What was I saying?
Sorry about that.
I don't know how much protests work, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
I don't really, because like after you protest, like you still have to go back the office. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to like work.
Yeah. Like, are you donating money?
People don't. So people like. So I think the way protests work is like there'll be a collective of people that are saying, "Hey, we're part of this collective, and we're gonna protest on this day for however many days it's supposed to be." And then they kind of give donors to help. Like donors kind of give money to help support their protests.
You know what?
Where that money goes, I have no idea. But
that's I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. Is that money even going to them? Who's paying pocket? I don't.
So I got a
shit,
question for you.